Axum, a ride that began as merely a brief 3-race stint for Clausen Marshall Newman Racing late last season, ultimately turned into a full-time deal for 2022. In the USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Championship season opener, the 17-year-old rewarded the team's fate right off the bat during Winter Dirt Games.
The white flag is out, and he is driving away from the field. For the racer behind the wheel, the 47 BC car. He'll head down the back straightaway for the final time. The final voyage of velocity here at Winter Dirt Games 13 at Bubba Raceway Park. And Emerson Axum is going to be victorious on night number 1 with the AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Cars. There he is, race fans. Make some noise, Emerson Axum.
If there was to be a proposition to rename the second month of the 2022 calendar, it would most likely have to be changed to Justin Grant. For the third time in less than a week, the Ione, California native was on his way to a USAC National Feature win at Ocala.
He looks down low. Grant's right there with him. Carson Short on the outside leads lap number 1. Grant shuffle back into the number 2 spot. Back behind it's going to be Emerson Axum, the 47 BC, looking for another one here tonight, trying to double up himself this weekend. As back behind him comes the number 5 at Logan Seavey. Buddy Kofoid's back there as well, still 3 wide back in the field. As pursuing down in the corner, Justin Grant looking for your race lead out. Turn number 2's got to drive on Short. Short's going to have to give it away to him. Justin Grant goes into P1 with the number 4 car now. Sets his sights on driving away from the 21X car. Short hanging tough with him. Top 2 broken away from Emerson Axum in the 47 BC. Justin Grant's got one more lap around, a voyage of velocity to hold off Buddy Kofoid in the number 67 car. Back behind Emerson Axum trying to hold off Chase Stockham, but up front, Justin Grant doubled up on midgets last weekend. He'll pick up a win in the AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car Series here on night number 2, Winter Dirt Games. And here he comes, race fans. Give him a big round of applause. Tonight's feature event winner, Justin Grant.
The night before, Emerson Axum expressed the sentiment that he was pleased with his third-place result because it proved that his victory on night 1 was no fluke. The collective sentiment of the racing world on Saturday night was that Emerson Axum, unequivocally and without a doubt, was no fluke.
Axum down on the inside, looking for that moisture, kind of hugs the berm onto the front straightaway. That's quick. That's quick. Something to be found down there as Landon Simon bows out of competition. Axum's here. Here comes the strike and the 5S up front as Axum looks to the outside. Big move into turn number 3. Chase Stockham down low. Can he hold off Emerson Axum without opening himself up to the 19AZ car? We're about to find out. As Axum continues to pester through turn number 1 and 2 and onto the back straightaway. Justin Grant's not out of this one just yet, nor is Buddy Kofoid. Grant, a little slip of the grip coming out turn number 2. Had to pedal that thing for a while down the back straightaway to get back to the giddy up again. As Stockham continues to lead him around this one. Just 11 laps remaining. That time by Thorson. Big drive down the inside. Whoa, wheels up for him. He has to back out of the throttle himself and back into that P3 spot. Good forward drive coming out of it. That thing just hopped up in the air like it was going to leave the Earth's orbit. Meanwhile, Stockton's going to give up the race lead to Emerson Axum. Axum goes on to the point now just ahead of Thorson. Going to take it around here one more time. Just slings that baby into turn number 1. Lets it sweep out to the cushion out of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Picked up his first AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car win on Thursday. He'll do it again here on the final night of Winter Dirt Games at Bubba Raceway Park. Emerson Axum, your winner. Watch him, race fans. He is set to roll out of that race car. Here he comes. Make some noise for Emerson Axum.
Following a season in which he only finished outside the top 10 on 2 occasions, Brady Bacon opened his defense of a 3rd Series crown with a pair of finishes 15th or worse. But that was the story of February. This was April, and he turned in the kind of performance that he and his competition have come to expect in the first visit to Atomic Speedway in more than a decade.
And here's Justin Grant up across the turn. And I thought he was going to slip off the back. Shooting Blue comes after him. Wow, that's a big slider. Backs it all the way to the wall. Holy smokes. Stopped at the women's restroom, and he's back in action again. That was a big old turn for the number 12 car, and he scrubbed off some speed and gave up some real estate. And hang on to that momentum that you gather up that end of the racetrack. But Bacon's in trouble right now. Here's Grant down on the inside. Poked his nose down, thought he was going to grab some gravity. Instead, follows along with the Macho Man. He'll let Bacon forge the way and hope for a misstep. Now the wily veteran in the number 69 car. I don't know if he's going to find it or not. And Blue still waiting in the wings, back in P3 with the number 12. Up to the back bumper of Westfall. Bacon down low. Here it goes the number 4. Grant got a good dig on the bottom. Oh, thought he was going to get out in front of the Bacon. 69 car just quick enough to get back onto the point, but Justin Grant, I think, just discovered something in turn number 1 and 2. We'll see if he does it again. Watch the number 4 car. Nope, has to hang tight on the top shelf. Got lap traffic down the inside. The form of the 47 BC still limping around there for Emerson Axum. As Axum, your current points leader, goes a lap down to your race leaders. Unbelievable. As here comes Grant, drops the nose off the cushion. He is so close. He's going to try it. Turn number 1 and 2, slide job out across. Bacon lets him sweep on through and right back into P1. Just let him sling it out across the slick stuff. And Bacon manages to maintain his speed as he runs down even more lap traffic. Dallas Hewitt now finds himself in a race for the lead, going a lap down. Down the inside, Justin Grant tiptoes out of the corner. Got a little better drive than Bacon that time as he's up to the tail tank. Here comes Grant down low, side by side for your race lead. Down to turn number 3 and 4. And Blue is still back there as well. Don't count out the number 12 car. The white flag is displayed for the Macho Man. Bacon down to the inside. Scampers out across the racetrack into turn number 2, Atomic Speedway. It's been 12 years since the AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Cars have visited here. And Brady Bacon looking to put his name into the books as the winner here tonight at Atomic Speedway. Out of turn number 4, checkered flag comes out.
With the havoc that Mother Nature played on the schedule in the early season, it nearly seemed as if it had been 5 years since the series last completed a feature event. As a matter of fact, it had also just so happened to be 5 years since the series last competed at Lakeside Speedway. A half-decade ago, the headlines read Brady Bacon, and he intended to make the song remain the same in KCK.
Top to bottom, bottom to top here, working every square inch up at the top 5. You got sliders going on, now the battle for the top spot. Here comes C.J. Leary after Axum. Missed it by 0.049 seconds. Now patrols the bottom side to the back straightaway advantage. Will be to Leary. The 77M up into the race lead. Charging up into the second spot. Here comes Brady Bacon at 69. Here comes the Macho Man. Former race winner here at Lakeside trying to pick up another one. He'll have action to his back bumper as he peeked to the outside at the exit of turn number 4. Dives to the deck over in turns 1 and 2. Right to the back bumper of your leader is Axum. Going to get it wound up at the outside. Here comes the Driven to Saves Lives, number 47. 3-car battle, almost 3 wide for the race lead. Here comes your points leader going back to the outside. Bacon to the inside. He'll short slide and he'll try to show the way. He's denied though. Emerson Axum, 0.072 at the line. Has the race lead, but the Macho Man goes, oh yeah, to the back straightaway. He's going to have it now. Brady Bacon up into the top spot in 69. Axum back to second. He was lurking on the inside, though. He's been able to keep pace ahead of your leaders. He comes to the white flag and 1 to go. He'll roll to the back straightaway for the final time in this one. He got the win at Atomic, and 1 win deserves another one. He's going to work off at turn number 4, and he'll go to victory lane at Lakeside. Brady Bacon, your winner.
Brady Bacon, the Macho Man, your winner tonight at Lakeside Speedway.
Robert Ballou returned the favor to Brady Bacon in more ways than one in the series' first trip to I-70 Motorsports Park in 26 years. After running second to Bacon in each of the past 2 series events, Ballou turned the tables and rocked the microphone after an 11-month absence from victory lane.
He'll run her out across, steal the lane away from Ballou. Ballou trying to cross him back down the inside. It's going to be Clouser leading lap number 1. Robert down low, throws a little slider. He's skitters out and finds the cushion. He'll power into the point and down to turn number 2 and down to back straightaway. Meanwhile, C.J. Leary looking at P3 down on the inside of the racetrack. Rotating and motivating down low. It's Grant's trying to slip around Clouser. Clouser's changed up the game plan, got down on the inside. As here comes the run of your race lead. Here's Bacon deep down into the corner of the 69 car. Work it. Shuts the lane down on Ballou. Ballou down to the inside, trying to get it back away from Bacon. Little slide jump on the lap traffic, using that for a pick on the 69 car. And Ballou back onto the point. Bacon had it for a moment on the front straightaways. They crossed their line, but this time it's the number 12 car back up front again, and now it is a duel for the ages up front with just 8 laps to go. 26 years since the AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car Series visited I-70 Motorsports Park, a new configuration, a new racetrack, and a new winner here tonight. This is going to be the Madman Robert Ballou picking up the win. There he is, race fans. Give him a big round of applause. The Madman Robert Ballou picking up the win tonight.
CJ Leary had waited, and patiently waited some more for his night to arrive, a first career USAC National Sprint Car victory at the hallowed grounds of the Terre Haute Action Track. He'd actually won his first career USAC National event at the half-mile dirt oval back in 2016, piloting a Silver Crown car. However, despite his best efforts over the past decade, the Greenfield, Indiana native had never finished higher than 4th in a sprinter at Terre Haute. That narrative changed in an instant during the 12th running of the Don Smith Classic.
Ready to get with the giddy up. So we'll set him down in turn number 1 and 2. Leary's going to attack. Here he comes down the inside. Good restart for a 77M, trying to steal that lane away from Mitchell Moles. Moles trying to cross down the inside. He'll get ambushed by yet another car. And Moles goes from 1st to 3rd real fast. So you see the white flag and centered around here for the final voyage of velocity. Don Smith Classic out here at Terre Haute Action Track. Number 77M is CJ Leary looking to pick this one up, put that one into the books. He'll race out turn number 4. Checkered flag comes out from 6th to 1st for Leary. Here he comes, race fans. Make some noise. CJ Leary picking up the win here tonight.
There had been just 3 drivers who could boast possession of 3 career Tony Holman Classic victory rifles. During the 52nd annual running at the Terre Haute Action Track, Robert Ballou anticipated bumping that number up to 4.
Down in the corner, a mild advantage over Robert Ballou. Ballou knows he has got to go. Just 7 laps remain to this feature event. As they continue to dwindle, and here comes the run down to the inside. Ballou, a massive slider in turn number 3 and 4. Moves on to the point. Seavey shuffle back into 2nd. That was a slider that lasted for days, and now Bacon's going to try one on the number 5 car. Final trip around, fastest lap of the race just happened right there out of Brady Bacon, the Macho Man. Getting her cranked up down into turn number 3 and 4. He's got one more shot at Robert Ballou, and here he comes down on the inside. Not going to happen for him. Robert Ballou slips around the outside, the number 12 car. Going to pick up the Tony Holman Classic. As here he comes, race fans. Make some noise for the madman, Robert Ballou.
After going on an undefeated stretch of 4-0 in USAC National Sprint Car competition at Grandview Speedway, Brady Bacon was dethroned 1 year ago when he finished a distant 2nd at the 1/3 mile dirt oval. Seeing the door closed on his Grandview winning streak, there was only one remedy that could cure his subsequent blues: start a new winning streak in the 15th Eastern Storm lid lifter.
Down the back chute, now runs up to the 5X car. He'll drop down low and look to the inside of an Alex. Alex gives him a little room down on the inside. Here's the opening for Briggs Danner. Around the outside, you got a new race leader out of turn number 2. Oh, Danner into the wall. Bacon back to the point. Just that quick. He gets back up to the top with a little crisscross applesauce taking place out of turn number 2. It's Bacon up front. Now's run down Corbin Hazlett. Hazlett, the 1H car lies ahead for Bacon. Bacon needs to be quick and decisive. Down at turn number 3 and 4, Briggs Danner might get another shot at him with 22 laps yet to go. Just about that halfway point, and I told you that's when it was going to get exciting, and lo and behold, as anticipated, here we go. Into 3 goes Bacon down on the inside. Little slide job out across the snoot. Timmy Buckwalter pulls to the infield. 7 car retires for competition. Danner down on the inside. Slide job almost up into the back of Bacon. Bacon escapes out of 2 and down the back chute. Chase Stockton still watching on. Logan Seavey's back here. There's a slider, and Shane Cuddles off the pace. Caution flag comes out. Class of the field tonight, no doubt about it. I say that, he stumbles down on the cushion and quickly gets back to the whip as he'll take her down the back straightaway. Has gone 4 in a row here in the past. Is he starting a new string here tonight? We're going to have to wait and find out. The Macho Man, Brady Bacon, picks up the win on night number 1 of Eastern Storm at Grandview Speedway. Here he comes, race fans. Make some noise for the Macho Man. Brady Bacon picks up the win here tonight.
In his 5 career Eastern Storm starts at Bridgeport Motorsports Park, Logan Seavey had yet to experience a finishing position in the top half of the field. The laundry list of Seavey's results at the Kingdom of Speed included a best finish of 13th. Finally, when everything lined up for himself, the team, the setup, and yes, even the aspect of luck, winning ways were bound to happen.
And Seavey in the number 5 car is hot on his heels. Drives right in the tire tracks for him. Picked up a couple of heat race wins so far this year. So far, has not had a feature event win, and here it comes. Challenge for the race lead. Down at turn number 1 and 2, Logan Seavey goes to the point. Briggs Danner down to the insides. Not going to get back on Seavey in a number 5 car. Twin sticks coming out, 2 more trips around. Logan Seavey snatching one away from the Allentown, Pennsylvania runner. That happened a little bit further back behind, but night number 2 of the Eastern Storm here at Bridgeport Motorsports Park is going to go to the Southern California racers. Logan Seavey picks up the win. Here he comes. Make some noise for Logan Seavey.
Sprint car racing is supposed to be gnarly. They're supposed to be won on the fence with big curves, rough racetracks, and the more exciting it is for the fans, the more we like it and the better it is. Henry David Thoreau, T.S. Eliot, and Lord Byron couldn't have weaved more accurately poignant words into a rich tapestry of linguistic expression to accurately describe the pure excitement of sprint car racing. Then again, they've never endured the type of ride Grant partook during the final laps at Williams Grove Speedway.
As Grant down into the corner, Seavey down the inside. 3 wide for the race lead. Alex Bright comes to play. Number 20 car down low is going to pick off Seavey and move into second on the field. Bright, a stellar run so far this evening. Now sets his sights on Justin Grant up front. Grant's going to have company this time out of turn number 4. Both of them on the throttle, on the whip to the front straightaway. Justin Grant able to hang on. 5 laps to go. A handful remain. Again down to the inside goes Alex Bright in the number 20 car. Around the outside goes Logan Seavey. Seavey looking for that momentum to win out. It's not going to happen for him. Great dig out of the number 20. I'm here to tell you, Alex Bright's got the old Redata Trucking and Excavating Drive, WFX.com, number 20 car. Digging and pawing, scratching and clawing down low. Turn number 3 and 4 gives up a little bit of distance. Seavey able to come to call. But watch this run through turn number 1 and 2. When he hits the back chute, that thing just hops 2 for the number 20. Bright again able to smack him back down into number 5 car. But Brady Bacon is about to enter that battle for second as Grant's out over the cushion. Trouble for the number 4. He's back on the throttle again. Oh, you can't turn your attention away from Justin Grant. White flag is out. Final trip around. He better hit it this time. He's got one more trip on the half-mile Williams Grove Speedway as he looks for a win here tonight. He'll take her down the back chute very carefully into turn number 3 and 4 for Justin Grant. Back behind Alex Bright. Logan Seavey running second and third. Grant over the cushion. Out of turn number 4. He hangs on. He's got it. He's got it. Smoke wafting out of the power plant. Justin Grant picks up the win at Williams Grove. Here he comes, race fans. Make some noise for Justin Grant.
This was exactly what Logan Seavey pictured when he first became aware of Pennsylvania's Port Royal Speedway. He had the intuition that the place fit his style like a glove, and that his first ever visit to the venue on this night could very well be a special night indeed, and he couldn't have been more on point than he was on this evening.
It's another run down the back straightaway. Logan Seavey might have something for Emerson Axum maybe this next lap around as Axum's changed up his game plan. Incredible for a young racer like that to move around on the racing surface looking for more speed. And here goes Seavey down to the inside. Well, bam, baby, drops the bomb on him down to turn number 1 and 2. Axum trying to get it back. Seavey, nay, not today. White flag coming out for your race leader up front, Logan Seavey. He'll send it on through. The 20 car still back behind. Alex Bright, the battle is on for that final podium spot. Justin Grant trying desperately to get around Brady Bacon. 69 car lies ahead. That's the battle to watch on the racetrack as Justin Grant is back by 2 car lengths down into turn number 1 and 2. Up front, your race leader coming out, and it's going to be Logan Seavey picking up the win here tonight, Port Royal Speedway, Eastern Storm round number 5. Give a big round of applause, Logan Seavey.
Brady Bacon finished what he started in USAC Eastern Storm 2022. The Broken Arrow, Oklahoma native opened and closed the 5-race mini-series in a much familiar manner in wire-to-wire fashion.
Seavey down on the inside. Jake Swanson right there as well. Justin Grant drops the nose, drives down off the bank and across Swanson, looks to the inside of Seavey. That'll be a battle for third down into turn number 1 and 2 as Chase Stocking got a little peeky-poo on Brady Bacon. Seavey quick coming off the cushion over the number 5 car, shrugs off Grant to number 4 and journeys down into turn number 3. Meanwhile, here comes Stocking down on the inside. Dangled the donut coming out turn number 4 and onto the front straightaway. Took a good run at Brady Bacon as Bacon goes right to the wall in the mean green 69. Fathead's Eyewear, number 69, up front, leading the charge. Got all excited there down at turn number 1 and 2. Just watch the rooster tail coming off the back of that 69 as he'll take her right up to the wall. Powers down the back straightaway. Stocking hanging tough with him. The number 5 S-Cars had some stellar runs out here during the Eastern Storm. So he pedals along, now drops the nose down the inside, and again a charge down on Bacon. Seavey back behind. Justin Grant running 4th, rounding out the top 5. 21 AZ at Jake Swanson. Stocking got a good drive that time. Hello, how you doing? To Brady Bacon in that 69. Now Stocking goes to the outside. Bacon comes down low. Stocking another run down low in a 5S car. Watch the Hudson John Deere ride. Slips to the outside. He'll pull a little diamond maneuver his zone as Brady Bacon goes into defensive mode up front. Bacon looking stout here tonight. The Macho Man flexing a lot of muscle out here at Bloomsburg Fair Raceway. So he takes it through turn number 3 and 4 and onto the front straightaway. Checkered flag comes out on the final night of the Eastern Storm. And the Macho Man, Brady Bacon's going to pick up the win. He's up and out of the car. He comes. Make some noise for Brady Bacon.
Back in 2015, Robert Ballew's number 12 carried a new engine into Angel Park Speedway, started 9th, and charged his way up through the field to strike victory. 7 years following that particular triumph in the USAC AMSOIL National Sprint Car's first trip to the Sun Prairie, Wisconsin Oval, since that night, the Rockland, California native discovered that the more things change, the more they stay the same.
Needs a good dig off the bottom. He puts his foot to the 10 and tries to power out onto 4X, but to no avail. Cromwell, hip pops. He gives up the number 2 spot. Ballew comes hot out of the corner. Davey Ray up front, tight and right, got that thing hustled along, hitting the marks on the racetracks, able to put it around here, pretty good speed. So far, not able to close. Watching the tail of the field, lap traffic soon to be a factor for what is now your new race leader. Maybe, maybe not. Score Ray up there. There goes Ballew down to the inside. Got him picked off, the Madman, able to work from that number 8 starting spot onto the point for the number 12. Sits on the same straightaway, but back by 2 lap cars as the white flag comes out this time by. Robert Ballew takes it down into turn number 1. Hot on the heels of lap traffic. Bacon mired back in the field, cannot get to him. As out of the corner he comes, deep into turn number 3. The inaugural KO Classic is going to go to the Madman. Robert Ballew from 8th to 1st picks up the win. Now the car he comes. Make some noise, race fans. It's the Madman, Robert Ballew.
In order to become a winner, one cannot simply settle on merely being a follower. One must discover their own path and their own journey to reach their desired destination. Such was the case for C.J. Leary, who refused to stand pat midway through the Indiana Open Wheel. Bill Gardner Sprintacular at Lincoln Park Speedway.
Yeah, definitely slid back to 4th. Look out, Kevin Thomas Jr. misstep. That'll put C.J. Leary out onto the point. Robert Ballew down on the inside. Chase Stockton trying to get a run at your top spot as well.
Well, Robert Ballew sees the opportunity and takes quick advantage of it as he jumps to the lead. Leary in 2nd.
Yeah, just kind of grits his teeth and grunts and gets out of Ray. And here comes C.J. Leary around the outside. The number 77 car working on 2nd. He's going to out-drag race him into turn number 3. Meanwhile, Chase Stockton was quick to capitalize on the outside as well. And Leary's coming. He's coming. Watch that top spot.
He changed his line totally. The first 14 laps, C.J. Leary was on the bottom. He went to the top side, and can he go to the top spot? We're about to find out as he comes out of turn number 4.
Going to carry a lot of speed onto the front chute. Not there just yet, but definitely Ballew knows he's got some company.
And at the line, it was Leary. It was Leary at the line.
And by 18,000th of a second as they slipped on across. Leary continues to persist on the outside. He's got Bacon helping him out as well. And now Ballew's got to change up the game plan. Inside ain't working no more. Final voyage of velocity getting around Lincoln Park Speedway here. As down into the corner he goes. C.J. Leary needs 2 more good corners to pick up the checkered flag.
Watching the battle as well for 2nd. Brady Bacon is trying to get around Robert Ballew as your opening night winner. The Bill Gardner Sprintacular. C.J. Leary takes the checkered.
Has just turned his season into an incredible one here in 2022. Make some noise for C.J. Leary.
Justin Grant wasn't asking for much on night 2 of the Sprintacular. 24 hours earlier, Grant had qualified fantastically, but his feature result of 8th hadn't come close to fulfilling his desires. After qualifying a personally unsatisfying 16th on this night, all he sought was a complete reversal of his fortunes from the night before. That's all. As it turned out, this was going to be his night after all, and he was just fine with that.
Allowed Grant to get down on the inside. Now he goes to work on Kyle Cummins in the 3R car. Meanwhile, back behind, Leary still scored 3rd, but Grant's got to run at your race lead down to 3. Slide job, no real estate to be found on the outside. They almost come together.
That was inches apart right there. Kyle Cummins was able to hold his line just enough to stay in front of Justin Grant. Justin's reloaded and about ready to make a run at him again.
Meanwhile, Mitchell Moles is plunking him out back behind that 19 AZ car. He just skittered around to 77. Now jumps the cushion coming out turn number 4. Down the inside, Logan Seavey's in the mix now. The number 5 cars. Here comes Grant. Good drive out of turn number 2.
Boy, Grant this time definitely slides up in front of Kyle Cummins. Takes the lead coming out of turn number 4. So Justin Grant Moves himself back to the front here at Lincoln Park Speedway. Kyle Cummins is going to regroup, trying to figure out how he's going to get back around that number 4. 1 to go for Justin Grant here at the second night of the Bill Gardner Sprintacular. It's been a great night for him after struggles last night. Chet, he's played all of his cards right.
As indeed the number 4 car out of Ione, California, Justin Grant's going to rip the lip onto the front chute, and the Bill Gardner Sprintacular goes to Justin Grant. Here he comes, race fans. Make some noise for Justin Grant.
An 8th place starting spot proved to be no hindrance for Robert Ballou's methodical procession during the opener of the USAC Speedway USAC Nationals. Doing just that is old hat for the madman. After all, he had performed the same trick just less than 2 weeks earlier, but tonight required perfection on a track that was tricky and a car that was finicky.
Pick off the Macho Man. He's going after Westfall out of turn number 4. Leary's coming. Ain't no doubt about it. 77 rolling for all he's worth down in turn number 1 and 2.
As all that's going on, Robert Ballou up to position number 2, setting his sights on T-Mez out front as they go high and handsome off of turn number 4.
As we continue to charge now into lap traffic for your race leader up front.
Yeah, Meserol, Ballou, Rogers all into traffic here. Still 16 laps to go at this point. Gives a little shot to the zero of Alex Shriver. Here comes the madman to the inside. We've got a new leader as they rip off of turn number 2. Robert Ballou to the race lead. He started outside row number 4.
Boy, Meserol just didn't have a game plan on that one. Handed that one off to Ballou, and now Ballou's going to work the lap traffic up front. Jaden Rogers is trying to reel in the deuce and maybe pick off the second spot before it's all said and done. Ballou slices through the eye of the needle. My goodness gracious, he's on a mission.
They'll both rip the top side here at Houston as the white flag is out. The madman with one more trip around the track to secure the big payday here to open the Nationals. But Justin Grant is closing in on this final lap.
Closing in indeed, but unfortunately a little too late as checkered flag set to fly for the madman. Robert Ballou picks up the win on night number 1. Getting ready to make some noise for Robert Ballou as he picks up the win on night number 1.
Ryan Burnell had been waiting for this moment to come for more than a decade. 11 years since his 2011 debut, the part-time racer finally reached that seemingly distant realm that had long eluded him throughout his USAC career. Burnell was thrust into the limelight late and decided that after 11 years, he wasn't going to wait around any longer.
Yeah, I thought Burnell was going to ricochet off the wall and come together with Bacon. That's not the case, but they are still wheel to wheel out of turn number 2 and onto the back straightaway.
Grant's got a great run coming after them. Robert Ballou not quite pulling away from that battle side by side for the second spot. Burnell has the position now, and now he's nearly in the top 5, running in the 6th spot down the back straightaway. Ballou just banged the wall in turn 4.
Oh, that's going to cost him. That cost him big time. Ryan Burnell gets through. He'll pick up the top spot. Back after him. Ballou! Oh, that was a short slider. My goodness gracious.
Burnell back to the race lead. He'll pace him down into turn number 3. Here comes Justin Grant. Big time slide job at the exit of turn number 4. Put the NOS Energy Drink number 4 machine in the 2nd spot. But here comes the madman.
Ballou again, another aggressive slider down into the corner. Grant lets him slip on through. Now another car gets by the number 12. He'll be shuffled all the way back into 4th on the field as Brady Bacon moves into P3. Up front is Ryan Burnell, showing away. Brings it across now with 4 laps to go.
White flag is out. Ryan Burnell with a 6 car length advantage over the 4 of Justin Grant as he brings it into turn number 1. He'll dip it down to the bottom side of the speedway, grabs the moisture and rips down the back straightaway. Turn 3 for the final time.
Little hesitation getting into the corner, but not enough to throw him back into the clutches of Justin Grant up front. Ryan Burnell is going to pick up the win on night number 2 of the USAC Nationals. There he is, race fans. Make some noise for Ryan Burnell.
Mitchell Moles had found an unwelcome companion and heartbreak at USAC Speedway over the past 2 seasons. He lost a midget feature due to a late caution the year before, then crashed while leading in the sprint car the night before. The USAC rookie was hell-bent on slaying the heartache in this one.
Meanwhile, up front, here comes Emerson Axum down on the inside. Lap traffic lies ahead for your race leader. Oh, a little shot in the shorts coming out of the corner. They'll check him up. Axum down on the inside looking to attack.
Yeah, he doesn't have a clear lane down on the bottom side of the speedway. Mitchell Moles capitalizes, puts some distance between him, and don't look now because here comes C.J. Leary. The 77M has caught the top 2. They've both caught your race leader, Mitchell Moles.
Good dig down on the inside for Leary. He'll snag second down into turn number 3. Axum keeps it throttled up on the high side. Mitchell Moles, lap traffic between himself and that battle for second as Leary's got it. Now sets his sights on the 19 AZ. As up front, it's Mitchell Moles taking him down into turn number 1 and 2. Needs just a few more turns of the wheel. Off the bottom. Good drive for the 77M. Boy, he found a launching pad out of turn number 2 for Leary.
We'll see what Leary can do here on the final lap. White flag is out. Mitchell Moles leads him down into the turn number 1 for the final time. Leary going to dive to the bottom. We'll see what kind of run he gets. Back straightaway for the final time. Trouble here on the front straightaway.
Oh my, caution coming out. We got a car in flames as the 7 car pulls to the infield just in front of your fire and safety crew quickly on Clinton Bruns. Nationals.
You know that's exactly what's on his mind. Pace picks up. We're ready. Green-white checkered shootout here at the USAC Nationals.
Oh, Leary's closer this time down the corner. Here it comes down on the inside. He'll challenge on Moles. Moles able to get around the outside. The 19 AZ car hangs on for now. Emerson Axum enters the fray back in P3.
They'll slide up to the top off of turn number 4. That allows Moles to pull away once again as they head back down into turn number 1 with the white flag waving. CJ Leary, Emerson Axum, they're losing touch with Mitchell Moles as they head to turn 3.
My goodness gracious, Mitchell Moles, Racing City, California racer, is going to pick up the win here at the USAC Nationals. His first national win with the AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car Series. California runner, here he comes, race fans. Make some noise for Mitchell Moles.
Shane Cottle certainly possesses a flair for the dramatics at Gas City I-69 Speedway. 3 years after winning his first career USAC Indiana Sprint Week feature with the last lap pass at Gas City, the veteran did the deed once again after starting 10th in the 35th annual Indiana Sprint Week opener.
The number 4 car, now Brady Bacon comes to play. 69 cars right there with him as well. Baloo, that was just sheer determination to put him back into P1. Charged out of the corner. Here comes Grant down on the inside. Ooh, trying to get up there on Blue. Blue did not leave a gap down low, and now Brady Bacon is trying to occupy the attention of the NOS Energy Drink ride. Caught up back behind. CJ Leary moved for third. No, maybe not. Couldn't make it happen again. Grant, diamond maneuver down the inside. Is going to force Blue out wide into turn number 3, and Justin Grant goes back into the number 1 spot. Meanwhile, 77 Leary clears Bacon for third. Brady Bacon now getting a drive around the outside. Leary caught a tire. That'll bounce him around. He caught another tire. Ramps on. Yeehaw! Little Dukes of Hazzard action onto the back chute. What was that? As around the outside goes Brady Bacon. Bacon's got her throttled up for victory now. The number 69 car almost slips off the back chute. Down the inside. They'll come together. Bacon's over. Oh, my goodness. Robert Ballou slipped up high. Bacon had almost gotten off the back chute, and already coming up out of that race car, Brady Bacon just went for a wicked ride in turn number 3. Good drive down into the corner. Ballou to the outside. Here comes Shane Cottle, 74X down on the inside. Digging a pond, scratching and clawing. Wants to take up 3 wide for your race lead into turn number 3. Cottle looking for second. Oh my goodness gracious. Hodges Automotive Rides picking off P2. That'll shuffle Ballou back into third. Justin Green up front. Better keep her running and gunning, as we got them all over the racetrack. Top to bottom, 3 wide, back through the field. That lap traffic could play a bit of something, a rollout. Here's the white flag comes out. He's got to work around the outside of base fluid. Caught down low. Leary's over. Red flag coming out. Out of turn number 4 to the white flag. Looks like he's going to talk to Robert Ballou now. I didn't see what happened there. I'll be blatantly honest with you. But 77, I know, flipping onto the front chute. And that's a drop kick. And CJ Leary's not quite as polite as Brady Bacon was. Green flag comes out. Cottle goes down to the inside. Justin Grant out wide. Cottle's got him. Got him. He'll shut the door on Justin Grant. Shane Cottle just picked his pocket. 74X car to the point. White flag comes out. One more trip around. Justin Grant's got to go hard. To the outside goes JG. Grant pedaling for all he's worth. Cottle down on the inside. Rockets down the back straightaway. From the number 10 starting spot all the way to the win on night number 1 in Indiana Sprint Week. Shane Cottle picks up the checkered flag. Here he comes. Let him hear you. Boom, baby. The wily veteran picks up the win on night number 1.
CJ Leary spent the majority of a rare Monday night race tooling around the bottom in pursuit of Brady Bacon during the Indiana Sprint Week debut at Circle City Raceway. With 5 laps remaining, the Greenfield, Indiana native stood at a crossroads. Whether to be a follower or whether to step out of line and forge a new path forward, CJ chose the latter.
P1 on the field, and not far behind, CJ Leary has got a run out of turn number 2. Grant instantly hops up high, brings standards right there. 21 AZ and Jake Swanson as well, ripped their way down into the corner. Bacon, going to be your race leader coming out for this lap. Take him a couple laps to get up to speed. Snap her onto the front chute. Chase Stock and opposite stay down low. There goes CJ Leary to the top shelf. Got to test the waters up high. Bacon all by his lonesome down low. Is he a sitting duck? We're going to find out as he rolls out turn number 4 and onto the front chute. So far, that doesn't seem to be the case. Still side by side racing back behind. CJ Leary's ripping the lip onto the front chute, and he's coming. No doubt about it. C.J. Leary's got a drive going on to 77M car. Is it enough to get around Brady Bacon as he delicately lays it into the cushion around the outside? You got a new race leader. Got him that time across. C.J. Leary running the gun at the top shelf. Back behind Justin Grant, close in that number 3 position. White flag comes out this time by Bacon. Coming off the bottom, Leary up front. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Bacon's got to go for all he's worth down low. Needs a good dig out of the corner. Not going to find it there for the 69. It's going to be the 77M car out of turn number 4 to the checkered flag on night number 3. C.J. Leary picks up the win at Circle City. Make a big round of applause. C.J. Leary picks up the win here tonight.
Beginning with the midway point of the Indiana Sprint Week round at Kokomo, Justin Grant saw the race lead slip from his grip 3 different times. However, JG belied that fact with 3 answers of his own in what ultimately became the closest finish of the 2022 USAC National Sprint Car season.
It's Justin Grant. Grant got a good dig coming off the bottom. Blue better go, go, go. Down into turn number 3, down to the inside. Goes the number 12 car. Grant's going to pester him out of turn number 4 to cross the stripe. Still right down on low. Needs room to roam down on the inside. Blue trying to maintain the momentum onto the back straightaway. That tussle continues to ensue into turn number 3 and 4 as they drag race all the way around. And now Grant seals the deal, goes into the number 1 spot. That tail yet to be told as we come loose down into turn number 1 and 2. Good ripper down into that end of the racetrack, blazing out wide for Kyle Cummins. He'll run her deep down into turn number 3 and rock it around the rim. Trying to make something happen. Meanwhile, Blue, good dig on the inside. Kind of, sort of had the race lead. Grant was there by a couple thousandths of a second. Now Blue continues to work down low on Grant, forcing him out on the high line. Long way around for the number 4 car. He'll pedal for all he's worth. Still manages to hang on to the top spot by 42 thousandths of a second. Tremendous tussle between first and second down into turn number 3 and 4. Kyle Cummins coming to play as well. Is cleared around the outside of C.J. Leary. And Cummins wants to enter the fray. Watch him down into turn number 1 and 2. 3-car battle up front. C.J. watching on from 4th on the field as Grant leads the charge down into turn number 3 and 4. Off the bottom comes Robert Ballou. Does he have him that time? Yes, he does. New race leader by 2 thousandths of a second. Oh my, less than a blink of an eye between those top 2, now 3 cars as they enter into turn number 3 and 4. Cummins jumps the cushion. He'll give up some real estate. Justin Green gets back around the outside of Blue and back into the number 1 spot. So Blue rides through that little texture down on the inside, and now Blue goes back to the number 1 spot, that time across by 32 thousandths of a second. This is a battle for the ages up front. 2 pilots duking it out side by side. Grant back into the number 1 spot, and so far they have not touched a tire. Tip of the cap to them as they roll out turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Lap traffic lies ahead. It's about to get real interesting for Justin Grant and Robert Ballou. Grant diving off a little earlier that time, takes him down into the corner. Robert Ballou down low, can see lap traffic lying ahead for him, looming large on his line down on the inside of the racetrack. Meanwhile, Kyle Cummins still not giving up the 3R car, putting the spurs to the flags. And a new player enters the game. Here comes Kyle Cummins. Watch down into turn number 1 and 2. Justin Grant. Cummins bikes up just a little bit on the cushion within the car length down into heavy lap traffic. White flag coming out. No, there's a misstep. Cummins catches the cushion, jacks it sideways. White flag comes out, one more trip around. Can Justin Grant pull it off? Cummins is there, well within striking distance into turn number 3 and 4. Deep down into the corner, Justin Grant drops the nose. Checker flag comes out. Justin Grant picks up the win on night number 4.
Familiar face will go down to the BC Parked at Victory Lane. How about it for JG Justin Grant?
Just minutes before the clock struck midnight, Mitchell Moles put the finishing touches on a magical evening during round 5 of Indiana Sprint Week at Lincoln Park Speedway. However, this was no Cinderella story. He crushed it and dominated after Mother Nature dominated the early part of the night.
It's eyewear number 69 on the outside, powers into P3. Little bob and weave down low. C.J. Leary's going to work the top shelf as well. Meanwhile, up front, running a race lead. Mitchell Moles down on the inside. 19 AZ car picks off Jaden Rogers and goes on to the point. Kevin Thomas Jr. working it in turn number 1 and 2. Not so much the case in turn number 3 and 4. Justin Grant's up there as well, just behind the 5 Gia Briggs Danner. Danner currently scored 7th. There goes Grant down on the inside. Picked his pocket into turn number 3, and Justin Grant gets another one with a bold move. down into turn number 3. So he'll move up into P7. Meanwhile, up front, race lead in jeopardy. Mitchell Moles has got it. Jaden Rogers got a pretty good drive going on for the number 14 car. So Mitchell Moles continues to bring it around. Jaden Rogers never straying far from the back bumper of the 19 AZ cars. He pokes the nose down low into number 14. Here we go. 6 to go. That last time by will be a handful of laps this time. As they bring her onto the front chute, kind of rotating just barely around the tires. Look at that cluster out of turn number 2. Tight racing between the top 6 cars down into turn number 3. Mitchell Moles continues to show the way. Jaden Rogers running second. Bacon looking around the outside of Connell. Connell looking to defend down low. Here comes the number 4, Justin Grant. CJ Leary back in the mix as well. Send it on around. Be 2 laps to go this time by the starter stand. Mitchell Moles, be careful. Moles bobbles. Here comes Bacon. Down on the inside. Jaden Rogers 3 wide for your race lead. Out of turn number 2, the Macho Man goes on to the point. Oh, and the caution comes out. Caution comes out. Robert Ballou tangled up turn number 2. That pass does not stick. For Mitchell Moles. Brings the field to life. Rockets his way out of turn number 4 down into turn number 1 and 2. Good start for the 19 AZ car. Jaden Rogers needs to hustle back behind. White flags coming out up front. Mitchell Moles rolling off that front row. The 19 AZ night number 5 Indiana Sprint Week presented with NOS Energy Drink is going to put one into the books out here. His first win of the week, his second of the year. Mitchell Moles victorious at Lincoln Park Speedway. Here he is, race fans. Make some noise for the rookie, Mitchell Moles.
It had been a roller coaster Indiana Sprint Week for Kyle Cummins. He damaged his ride in a flip one night, finished second the next, and had fast time in another, while damaging his engine in the process. One night later, the coaster ride smoothed out despite a rocky start, which saw him get wiped out in his heat and forced him to make his way into the show through the semi. With the deck seemingly stacked against them and starting 10th, the team was rock steady, even though it may have come the hard way.
Goes to work now on CJ Leary in the middle of the racetrack. Going to drive around him, pick up second on the field as they cross over the stripe. Up front to 69, so we got a car off turn number 2. So we race down into turn number 3 and 4. Safe, steady Eddie out there. Here comes Cal Cummins down the inside for your race lead. 69 car up front, grinding binders down into the corner. 4 wide stair step formation out turn number 2 and down the back chute. Cal Cummins is rolling. Down on the inside of Brady Bacon. Bacon on the outside, throttles up. Cal Cummins looking for the race lead. Bacon says, nay, nay, not today. Hangs on to P1. Cummins unrelenting. Now drives out of turn number 2. Nose out on Brady Bacon. Bacon hops off the back chute, gives up real estate, and Cal Cummins goes to the point. 3R car now could put his elbows up and hammer down. So he'll try to drive this one around here for the final 8 laps. Brady Bacon watching on from second on the field. Under Full Goose Bozo. Down into turn number 1 and 2. Ultimate Predator boats. Mid-America Safety Solutions 3R. A couple more corners. Did it in the middle of the racetrack. Made it look good, too. And Cal Cummins, night number 6, Indiana Sprint Week here at Bloomington Speedway, is going back to Princeton, Indiana. Cummins picks up the win. Here he comes, race fans. Get ready to make some noise for Cal Cummins.
Robert Ballou and Justin Grant spent the majority of the Indiana Sprint Week finale at Tri-State Speedway dueling for a feature victory. In many cases, one driver prevails, while the other walks away with empty-handed disappointment that is absent the fanfare and glory. However, in this particular instance, both exited the stage at the conclusion of the night, sharing the limelight of a performance well worth the accolades, one side winning the feature, and one side the Indiana Sprint Week title.
Number 4 car down on the inside, digging pawing, scratching and clawing, trying to get a run on the number 12. Ballou slips out a little wider. Justin Grant puts the foot to the wood. So shoot it down into turn number 3, back in the field. Mitchell Moles got company out of Cummins. I keep looking for Cummins, work his way up through there. But up front, Justin Grant pestering hard on the number 12 car. Up comes Stockton trying to get a run off the bank. And the 5S car working down into turn number 3 and 4. White flag comes out. 2 car lengths between the top 2 down into turn number 1 and 2. Kyle Cummins has got to go. Robert Ballou pedals out of the corner. Cummins wheelies up into turn number 3 and 4. Kyle Cummins can't get there in time. The madman Robert Ballou wins the final night of Indiana Sprint Week. Here he comes. It's the madman Robert Ballou.
Justin Grant made it inconspicuously clear that he's in the midst of his own era of dominance at Kokomo Speedway. During the Sprint Car SmackDown 11 opener, Grant was forced to fend off a 22nd place restarting Kyle Cummins, who put up an otherworldly fight in his pursuit after experiencing a flat tire during the pace laps.
So we charge on through. Justin Grant's going to make some decisions now as he runs down the tail of the field. Peeks to the outside to Flamage on the side of the number 4 car. Starting to shine as he works around the outside. Alex Bright back at the tail. Dave Darland will be the next one to fall victim to your race leaders. Robert Ballou within about 3 or 4 car lengths. Let's call it 5 car lengths down into turn number 3. McDougal looking around the outside as well. 4 laps, soon to be 3 laps remain of this feature event. Cummins giving it everything he's got back behind. Now within about 2 car lengths on a number 12 car down into turn number 1 and 2. Down the inside, Justin Grant kind of stuck behind the 36D of Dave Darland there momentarily. Cummins looks to the outside of Ballou. Might get him this next lap around. 2 laps to go that time by. To the outside, the number 12, Justin Grant's caught down on the inside as well. Cal Cummins might get him. Down into turn number 3 around the outside. Cal Cummins rolls into the throttle and around the outside of Blue. He's got second. White flag is out. 1 more trip around. Justin Grant up front, the race leader, into turn number 3. Cal Cummins deep down into the corner. Can he get there in time? No, but he gets second behind Justin Grant on night number 1. Up out he comes, making a round of applause for Justin Grant.
The difference was night and day for Kevin Thomas Jr. from night 1 to night 2 of Sprint Car SmackDown in Kokomo. In one sense, KTJ was aiming to maintain his stranglehold of SmackDown's second night for the second consecutive year after winning in the daytime a year ago and in the nighttime this time around. On the other hand, the juxtaposition of KTJ's Thursday night engine woes compared to Friday's success was just as stark as the contrast between the sun and the moon itself.
Last night, not so much the case tonight. Got this front end hanging in the air as he powers out of turn number 4 and onto the front chute. Looking for that number 2 spot. Mitchell Bowles in a little bit of a tussle with C.J. Leary. Behind him comes Cal Cummins and the Macho Man, Brady Bacon. Logan Seavey there as well. All the names you come to expect up front, all up front. Watch him down into the corner. Out of turn number 2, Kevin Thomas Jr. that time went to the high side of the racetrack. Into 15K cars, we got a big scramble taking place back behind. Boy, it is stupid fast getting around the old bull ring out here at Kokomo Speedway. So watch those top 3 working top to bottom. Back behind, Mitchell Moles got himself slipped up into the middle of the racetrack. That'll get Ballou on through. The number 12 able to pick up a spot. Props open the door for maybe Logan Seavey back behind. Justin Grant kind of mired back in the mid pack as well. The number 4 car, can't forget about him. Here's your running race lead. Deep down into the corner comes Kevin Thomas Jr. KTJ got a ripper off the lip. He'll go to the point. That'll shuffle Swanson back to second. And here comes Cal Cummins down the inside. As the white flag comes out, final voyage of velocity up front for Kevin Thomas Jr., the 15K car. Making his way down the back chute, slides into turn number 3, out of turn number 4, checkered flag, and now it's a done deal on night number 2, the Elliott's Custom Trailers and Karts Sprint Car SmackDown. Set to pop up out, make some noise, race fans, for Kevin Thomas Jr.
For the past 10 years, the term SmackDown served as a noun that was utilized to refer to the annual 3-race weekend held in the month of August at Kokomo. On this night, Kyle Cummins fully demonstrated SmackDown as a verb, crushing the field in a 40-lap romp that rewarded him with a total prize of $35,000 for a night's worth of work.
They're hot on his heels, 3 wide, back behind is down on the inside. Justin Grant, the 4 car, goes to 4th on the field. Red comes out. 1 up and over, down in turn number 1, and I believe that's Brandon Maddox. Cal Cummins giving it to what for? Down the back chute into turn number 3. He'll bring it on to the front straightaway, and the white flag will fly for the racer out of Princeton, Indiana. It's 1 more voyage of velocity. He's looking for a $35,000 payday here at Kokomo Speedway. And the Elliott's Custom Trailers and Karts Sprint Car SmackDown 11, Cal Cummins goes wire to wire. There he is, race fans. Pay him off. Oh, he's got the big check.
Kevin Thomas Jr. has been at this game for a while now, but more precisely, in reality, he'd been at his current particular game for less than 3 months. Since that point, he'd been in the midst of the various stages of growth, from learning how to gel with a new team, how to adjust to the new equipment, and how to adapt and thrive in the new surroundings, all of which have been part of the attributes he's had to acquaint and reacquaint himself with in his return to USAC racing. At Circle City Raceway, he demonstrated that it's no reach to say that KTJ was back in his element and had officially hit his stride.
Bacon now within a car length and a half out of turn number 2 and down to back straightaway. It's about these top 2. They got a straightaway advantage almost over Matt Westfall at the 33M as Thomas still working to the outside. She's lickety split. There goes Bacon down on the inside. A little peekier top position. Can't quite get there, but definitely let his presence be known for the Macho Man. It's now KTJ down on the inside. A little slide job on JJ Hughes will put him between himself and Macho Man Brady Bacon. He'll run her deep down into turn number 1. Trying to rotate the bottom. You see the wheel spin on the 69 car. He feathered the throttle and got right back up to speed again. Now still trailing by 3 car lengths out of turn number 4 and down the front chute. Matt Westfall still scored 3rd, back by 2 lap cars to your top 2. As the battle's on for 3rd as well. Bacon's got to look at that top spot. Kevin Thomas Jr. escapes down the front straightaway. Matt Westfall trying desperately to hang on to P3. Here comes CJ Leary out across the racetrack. Westfall 3 wide for the number 2 spot. Axum almost went over the wall down to turn number 2 right behind him. As CJ another slide job on the 33M car. Westfall again turns it back down to the inside. Bacon pedaling for all he is worth. Down on the inside, out of turn number 2 and down to back straightaway side by side with Kevin Thomas Jr. Here it comes. Not going to drop the bomb on him. White flag comes out. One more trip around. KTJ goes down low, protects on Brady Bacon. The first time he has treaded on the inside of the racetrack. It comes down to 3 and 4. Bacon for the race lead to the inside. Kevin Thomas Jr. back around the outside's got the win at Circle City Raceway. Up out of the race car he comes. Make some noise, race fans, for Kevin Thomas Jr.
For more than 67 seasons, countless individuals have clutched onto the dream of winning a first career USAC National Sprint Car feature. Some are able to realize that dream, but for most, it remains but a fleeting notion that is never fully seized. Now imagine that in the quest to that first victory, you were put in the position to slay multiple giants to achieve that dream. Only this wasn't a dream anymore for Jaden Rogers, it was reality.
Down to the inside, Jaden Rogers is caught. This is the opportunity KTJ was waiting on. As Rogers tries to clear out of the corner, here comes KTJ up to the back bumper. Watch him down into turn number 3 and 4 and onto the front straightaway. Rogers slings it out of the corner. Thomas stocking around this tight quarter mile here with 26 laps remaining of this 40-lap feature affair. Right up to the back bumper, down the 33M car. Love to tell you about what's happening back behind, but it's too close up front in that battle for the race lead. It's all about who wins this shindig, especially with 12,000 on the line. And here's Kevin Thomas Jr. down the inside. Poked the nose up on it. Jaden Rogers knows he's there, cannot shrug him off. And KTJ getting a good drive off the bottom, wheelies his way across the line. So close, yet so far away as they work around the number 36 car and put Colin Ambrose in the Butch and Billy Diesel service. 36 by the wayside as Rogers going to bump his way out through, get around Brady Short now. Swings out to turn number 4 and down the front straightaway, closing on the top 2. McDougal's the first one to go to the top shelf. Here comes a run to the outside. Kevin Thomas Jr. wheelies off the bottom, and right now a bit of a sitting duck for McDougal's. He'll swing out of turn number 4 to the number 2 spot. J-Mac picks up second on the field. Now sets his sights on running down Jaden Rogers. Rogers has got to change lanes. The track has moved up. Jason McDougal, the first one to find it up front in the number 2 position. Now in hot pursuit of the number 14 car up front. Working that 5M car. Boy, any time now you expect him to come to call on the number 14, and so far Jaden Rogers just quick enough to keep himself out of his clutches. He is slipperier than a snake in a barrel of butter in the number 14 car. Nobody can get a hold of him. It's lap traffic, 2 wide in front. It's going to get tight. Look out, look out, look out. Contact, near chaos. Everybody continues on or not. Slowing on the front straightaway. Caution comes out for the number 38. Hayden Schmidt lost fire in the number 38 car, trying to make it back into the pit area. Starting again, Kevin Thomas Jr. timing it perfectly. To the inside, here comes Ryan Racely. Got across the line. Jaden Rogers still technically up front. He's going to rip back around the outside. Hangs on to it for now, and that was a bold move by Jaden Rogers, the number 14. He shall not go quietly into the night. Lap traffic once again looming large just ahead of the number 14 of Jaden Rogers. I cannot look away from this battle for the race lead. Kevin Thomas Jr. It's about these two cars. They got a nice little gap over Jason McDougall to 5M. Still scored third. Kyle Cummins and CJ Leary still your top five. But Rogers now into the thick of things. Here comes KTJ down low. Trying to beat him down to the corner. Rogers trying to keep the door shut on him. Snubs him off down on the inside. Rogers has to get out of the throttle. KTJ shoots to the point. Picks up the number 1 spot. Jaden trying to come back down the inside. Power slide off the wall for Kevin Thomas Jr. Ricochets. Rogers back to the number 1 spot. KTJ breaks. Caution flag comes out. Oh my. Here we go. The game is afoot. Great restart for Jaden Rogers. That's that whole shot I was talking about out of the number 14 car. Just blistered it down the front straightaway into turn number 1 to 2. Cummins goes out and taps the wall. Skips into the corner. White flag comes out up front. Jaden Rogers needs one more good lap for the number 14 cars. He'll charge out turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. Gonna go wire to wire for the number 14, but it doesn't come easily. Out of turn number 4, the Hobstad Hustler winner, Jaden Rogers. Oh, he's already up and out of the race car. He's so fast, he's gonna beat everybody else to victory lane. Make some noise for Jaden Rogers.
Kevin Thomas Jr. and Logan Seavey have had their moments at Gas City I-69 Speedway before, chiefly recalling the last lap tangle in 2020, which saw Seavey get the upper hand. More than 2 years later, at the James Dean Classic, it was KTJ's turn to get the best of the duel.
15K car, your race leader. Gallivanting his way around, working the middle of the racetrack out of turn number 4. As Logan Seavey slowly closing on him. So Kevin Thomas Jr. needs to pick up the pace. He's loose. Top self. Here comes Seavey, the 42 car down the inside, deep into 3. Got a new race leader. Ooh, that happened quick. KTJ trying to turn him back to the inside. The 42 car back around. P1 on the field, though, for Logan Seavey. He'll lead to charge down the back straightaway. Cal Cummins will be here before too off long, but Kevin Thomas Jr. trying to work the bottom of the racetrack. There's nothing to be found. His car went away on him. And I'm not exactly sure what happened to the 15K, but she's not up to snuff. Maybe enough, though, to pick off Seavey. Seavey gives it right back to him. Kevin Thomas Jr. found the drive off the bottom, a little moisture, and traction for action for the 15K car goes back into the P1 spot. Max Adams, 17 GP car up on the high side. Here comes Seavey getting a run now, finding some momentum for the 42 car. Slips alongside Kevin Thomas Jr. Trying to dig in. Squats on the haunches and shoots down the back straightaway. Slide jump on Max Adams. White flag comes out. One more trip around. Seavey's there. Down on the inside. Right in his lane. Logan Seavey's got to go. Kevin Thomas Jr. looking to the inside. Into 3. Deep down into the corner. Checkered flag comes out. The James Dean Classic goes to Kevin Thomas Jr. Here he comes, race fans. Make some noise. Kevin Thomas Jr. picking up the win tonight, and that was not an easy drive.
50 career USAC national victories. It's an achievement attained only by 25 others throughout the nearly 7-decade history of competition. On a milestone night, Justin Grant was vying to become number 26, all while checking off another grand prize during the 40th running of the Four Crown Nationals at Eldora Speedway.
We're in the middle. Chet, we're running 3 different lines.
We are indeed. Jason McDougall, race leader, down off the bottom. The number 5M car showing away 3 wide for the number 2 spot. Sliding down into turn number 1 to 2. Back behind, here comes the Macho Man, Brady Bacon. Watch the 69 car working the high line.
Yeah, he's working the high line. Shea Cottle working his customary line on the bottom. Matt Westphal has also moved down.
Yeah, let her slip up there for the 74X car right across. Jake Swanson is a caution flag. 2 cars over. Big trouble back of the field, and unfortunately, that's the number 12 car. I believe Robert Blue got tangled up. Jake Swanson's in that mix back behind. We're going to go 3 wide for 3rd out of turn number 2.
Yeah, and look at Justin Grant running the rail. He got a good rebound after that start, and he's way up there on the high side. McDougall taking the short way around.
Touch on the facts again. You can actually tweak on all 4 corners of this race cars out here. Adjust those shocks, and underneath that red flag, that's exactly what these drivers were doing. Watch him onto the back straightaway. Justin Grant trying to make a run to the outside of McDougal down low. Meanwhile, back behind Brady Bacon, finding some speed in the 69.
Shane Cottle's been a USAC national winner this year. He's held back the hands of time, and he is running third and going forward.
How about that? In the middle of the racetrack as well.
Middle.
You can run the top, you can run the bottom, you can run the middle, and all of them seem to be about equally fast getting around the racetrack, although Cottle slips up high, grab a little cushion for pushing onto the front straightaway. Down the back straightaway for Justin Grant. CJ Leary needs a little something extra. Divine intervention, perhaps. Anything to slow down Justin Grant just a pinch as they charge across and take the white flag.
Well, Justin Grant's going to be careful with Anton Hernandez, no question about it. Leary sees that. He sees an opportunity. What is Grant going to do?
Up on the high side for the number 4 car. Checkered flags coming out the 40th running of the 4 Crown Nationals Eldora. AMSOIL USAC National Sprint Car feature goes to Justin Grant. Make some noise, race fans. Justin Grant wins the 4 Crown Nationals.
By any stretch, it's certainly not easy to win a USAC National Sprint Car feature, but when your car is always on kill, it makes it just that much nicer. The same can be said for both man and machine on the road with USAC, but especially at Kokomo, and certainly was once again at Let's Just Race.
Swanson looking for the race lead out of turn number 4, can't quite get there. Oh, so close for the 21AZ. Can't rock back onto the haunches, dragging the tail tank out of turn number 4. And look at that, 3-car battle continues to take place all the way around the quarter mile. Swanson's got it this time. Chase Stockton shot a little high, looking for some more momentum. Allows the 21AZ go onto the point. 3-yard car trying to hang on to that number 3 spot. Emerson Axum down the inside 47 BC. Cummins refires very well as he challenges on the 5S. Looking for P2 that last time. CJ Leary, the 77M, picking up the pace as well. He's one of the cars going to come to life here in these later stages, as is Brady Bacon, the Macho Man. 69 car, trying to pick a few off here on this restart as well. Swanson across, lap number next, 18 to go that time by. Cal Cummins brings the heat down into the corner. Slide job on Chase Stockton. Stockton caught out wide. Got to give the spot away to him. Had to get out of the throttle. That'll seal his fate for that P2 spot. Now the 47 BC Emerson Axon comes to call for a final podium position here at Kokomo Speedway. He'll dig and paw and scratch and claw his way down low, and Kyle Cummins is just finding speed. Here comes the run down at turn number 1 and 2. Shot at the race lead. Swanson looking around the outside, hangs on for now. Cummins going to give him the what for here as he drops the nose on the Darlin line and charges low out of turn number 4, trying to get that top spot away from Jake Swanson. Swanson bounces his way down into turn number 1, down off the banking. Big drive down to the inside. Kyle Cummins gives him room to roam as Swanson slings out through. Cummins diamond maneuver off the banking to the number 1 spot. Goes the 3-yard car. Got it, scored P1 with 14 laps to go, and now Kyle Cummins, clean air in front of him, can work the racetrack and not worry about anybody else back behind, and he's going to drive away from Jake Swanson. Cummins fires off. Charges down into turn number 1. Swanson down on the inside. Trying to keep him company. Cummins got a good drive coming out of the corner. There maintains about a 4-car length advantage into turn number 3 and 4 onto the front chute. White flag comes out up front for Kyle Cummins. Hustles it through the corner, riding the rim. Out of turn number 2 and down the back straightaway. He picked up the SmackDown Championship earlier on this year. He picked up the Track Championship. He's going to pick up the Let's Just Race at Kokomo Speedway. Kyle Cummins victorious here tonight. Get ready, race fans. Up and out of the car he comes. Picking up the win tonight, Kyle Cummins.
On the eve of Lawrenceburg Speedway's Fall Nationals, Kyle Cummins firmly stated that the 3/8 mile high banks are where he really wanted to get one. During the series' final Midwest event of the season, the Princeton, Indiana native got the one that had eluded him for so long. These are the same banks that Cummins admitted scared him to death, quote unquote, in acknowledging that it was the biggest win of his career, a career that has seen many wins, but none more satisfying than this one.
Car. McDougal for the record off the pace, pulls to the infield. Grant to the inside, slide job onto 3R. Cummins got it turning back to the inside, grabs gravity onto the front chute, right back into the P2 spot for the 3R car. Grant will slam another one down into the corner. Skipped across the infield, can't get there in time. Now Cummins catches some breathing room. Brings it to life, and again we split out back behind. We'll watch those cars. Meanwhile, up front, Kyle Cummins hammers one into the corner out on Seavey. Up to the number 1 spot for the 3R car. Logan Seavey back behind, slides up to the high side. Here comes Meserol down low. Slide job 2 for Meserol. Seavey able to turn it back down. Justin Grant can't get there. So work into turn number 3 and 4. I'm afraid to look away from Kyle Cummins. All it will take is a miscalculation and navigation for your race leader up front. As he works down to the inside of the lap. Traffic, big slider, that'll slow him up, scrub speed. And now Logan Seavey's got another shot at that 3R car here before 2 off along. Seavey carries all of it down into the corner for the number 42 car. Back behind, they'll roll across to the white flag, this time by Kyle Cummins. Picked up the win at Kokomo, caught in lap traffic behind Westfall. Seavey close, within about 4 car lengths. Justin Grant's there as well in the number 4 car. Into turn number 3 for the final time. Seavey down low, digging and pawing, scratching and clawing, not going to get there. And winning down here at the Fall Nationals Lawrenceburg Speedway's Kyle Cummins. Here he comes, race fans, up and out of the race car. Make some noise for Kyle Cummins.
More often than not, the most preferred method of ending a drought isn't one that involves heading straight into the desert. After 8 months without a series victory, Emerson Axum found the arid surroundings of southwestern Arizona quite replenishing during the 55th annual Western World Championships in the series debut at Cocopah Speedway.
Lost to Marshall Newman Racing, driven to save lives. Z-Max Race Products, 47 BC, looking for his 3rd feature event win on the year. Here on night number 1 of the Western World Championship at Cocopah Speedway. Eases down into turn number 3, out of turn number 4. Double checkers come out, and Emerson Axum's headed to victory lane. And up out of the car he comes, makes some noise for the rookie, Emerson Axum.
Perhaps it was an omen. Perhaps he had a statement to make. Perhaps it was simply his moment. Perhaps it was all of the above. But one night following his 2nd place qualifying run and a runner-up finish in the feature, Jake Swanson and Team Arizona made certain that he was the one in all aspects in the Western World Championships finale at Cocopah.
Now, I thought we were going to separate out. Here comes the attack down the inside. Jake Swanson, 21AZ car, is going to work the bottom lines. Got the number 3 spot away. Swanson's got a game plan and a very fast hot rod. Moves into a podium spot out across. CJ Leary to 77M. Grant and Bacon are coming. Damian Gardner back there as well in the number 1 car, pedaling for all he's worth out of turn number 2 and down the back chute. But look at that, top to bottom in turn number 3 and 4 and under the front straightaway. Swanson now going to work on the 47 BC car. Lets out the throttle, and those flames coming out of the exhaust of that 21AZ, hot on the heels of Axum into 47 BC. As Ballou catching a little breathing room. Here comes Swanson down the inside. Not going to go for the slide job. He's going to kind of grind it out on the bottom and power into the 2nd spot. And boom, it's that easy, folks. As up front, Ballou is about to have some company. Where do you look on the racetrack? Pick your battles out there. As Jake Swanson rides the rim, almost had the right rear tire up on the billboards. Down into turn number 3 he goes. Watch this rip around the outside. CJ Leary following along with him. Ballou still quick enough off the bottom, helps to go low in turn number 1 and 2, and that may have sealed his fate. Watch Swanson out wide. 21AZ car firing the boards onto the back straightaway. Not going to get there. Boy, I thought the momentum was going to come. CJ right there in the 77M down on the inside. Emerson Axum. They are locked in a fierce tussle between the top 4 with Brady Bacon working the middle of the racetrack. Back behind, slowly getting reeled into the 69 car. Bear in mind the number 4 running back behind Bacon, P6 on the field, is your current national points leader. Bacon is 2nd in points. Every position he can get on Justin Grant gets him right back into the mix. Is up front, new race leader, Jake Swanson. Out into P1 for the 21AZ. So white flag set to be displayed. Lap traffic lies ahead of your race leader. What's it going to be? Final lap down into the corner. Jake Swanson. CJ Leary stalks him into turn number 1 and 2. Within 2 car lengths. Slip of the grip out over the cushion goes Leary. Swanson grabs a gap down the back chute into turn number 3. Coming out of turn at number 4, the 55th running of the Western World Championship at Cocopah Speedway is going to go to Jake Swanson. We thought they were launching SpaceX the other night. It must have been Jake Swanson practicing the 21AZ car. Up and out he comes. Make some noise for Jake Swanson.
When Brady Bacon stands on the throttle, everybody soon takes notice. In a similar manner, the same could be said for Brady's grandfather, Ted Bacon. When Ted spoke, everyone listened. Sadly, the words of the Bacon family's racing patriarch fell silent just 2 days earlier when Ted passed away. 2 days later, Brady strapped into a sprint car and won one for Ted in a bittersweet symphony during opening night of the Oval Nationals at Paris Auto Speedway.
Speed coming as here comes Bacon down off the banking. 69 car sucks the numbers off of Baloo. Baloo trying to come back at him down into 3. Down on the inside, can't quite clear the number 69. Bacon goes on to the point. Baloo catches the cushion and throws himself back into the clutches of Max Adams as Adams now looks down low. Baloo, Leary, Adams, KTJ. Scatter them out. That wasn't a really great slider taking place there by C.J. Leary, but it wasn't enough to clear the number 12 car, move into the number 3 spot. Baloo shuffled back into 4th on the field. KTJ and Max Adams locked in a bit of a battle onto the front straightaway. KTJ comes out ahead. Axel's back here. White flag is out up front for your race leader. Macho Man, Brady Bacon, class of the field tonight. Rolled off that number 6 spot here early on. Charged his way to the front, charged away from him. Had a huge lead at one point, but here he comes out turn number 4, going to pick up his 5th win of the season.
He can hear you. Make some noise for Brady Bacon.
During a red flag period 10 laps into the feature on night 2 of the Oval Nationals, Robert Baloo is feeling confident. Sitting 3rd at the time, the Madman felt he had a good enough car to at least run 2nd. With that said, he wasn't quite sold on whether another Oval Nationals prelim victory was within the realm of possibility on this night. In the end, he exceeded his own expectations and made this one his night.
He's moved up to P4 on the field. Baloo down on the inside, falls into tire tracks. Emerson Axman to 47 BC. Up front, KTJ again driving away from the field. Thought he was going to be able to get around him. Baloo's got to pick up the pace down the inside. Too little, too late. And there goes the 69 car into P3 now for the Macho Man. Next sets his sights on the 47 BC. Emerson Axum laps clicking off. 10 to go. That time by the starter stand. Kevin Thomas Jr. up front's got a low line working pretty good for the 17 GP car. He's looking back behind the number 4 Justin Grant, minding his P's and Q's. Within about 4 spots of Bacon in the 69 car. They race down the front straightaway. Kevin Thomas Jr. rotating and motivating around the bottom for the 17 GP. Still out of striking distance as now Baloo comes back to call for the number 3 spot. Able to get back around Bacon. Bacon hung out on the top shelf maybe a tick too long. Now drops the nose down the inside. Car loosened up. Definitely going away on the 69. What's going on for the Macho Man? Down into the corner he goes. Emerson Axum slips out. That'll get the number 12 car into the number 2 spot now for Robert Baloo. Predicted that earlier on. He says fuel burns off. Might be able to pick up the pace for the old number 12 car. Back behind Kevin Thomas Jr., but Thomas might be in danger. 3, soon to be 2 laps left to go, and Baloo's right there down on the inside the number 12 car, closing down the front straightaway. White flag comes out the next time by. KTJ hot up behind Chris Ganson. Here's your side-by-side battle for the race lead. New race leader out of turn number 2. Boom, picked him off for the Madman. Now he's stuck behind Ganson. KTJ goes up high. Diamond maneuvers. Going to grab some speed and grab some gravity. Onto the front chute as the white flag comes out. Back behind C.J. Leary and Jake Swanson locked in a fierce tussle for your final podium spot. It's down the back straightaway. Goes Baloo. Came to life at just the right time in this feature event. As he rolls through 3 and 4 and onto the front straightaway. Night number 2 of the Budweiser Oval Nationals goes to Robert Baloo.
He can hear you. Make some noise for Robert Baloo.
For Brady Bacon, winning 4 of the 6 Oval Nationals prelim night features that have been held at the pass since 2019 was a nice feather to have in his cap. However, the biggest prize of them all had eluded the 32-year-old driver for quite literally half his life. 13 starts and 16 years since his Ovals debut in 2006, Bacon had waited patiently for his time to finally arrive on championship night of the 26th Ovals. But there was no more time spent in the waiting room. Bacon had no room to wait any longer.
Good with that run, Grant. Going to hold him at bay that time. Axum up front, still leading the charge. Maintains his speed, maintains about a 4-car length advantage out turn number 4 and down the front straightaway. Baloo trying to close. Top 4 cars have gotten away from Jake Swanson running 5th on the field. It's down on the inside goes the number 12 car. Bacon drives off the banking, carries the front end all the way down, about the halfway mark on the back straightaway. My goodness, here he comes. Bam! Clipped the whiskers on the number 4 car to the number 2 spot goes Bacon. Axum up front. A little bit of a sitting duck. You see that more often than not. He doesn't know that he needs to change up the lane. He's going to get company this next lap. So here comes Bacon looking to the outside. Slings her down into the cushion. Turn number 1 and 2. Rock and rolls his way around. And watch this. Skadooch into the number 1 spot. New race leader out of the deuce. He's down into turn number 3. Axum will be quick to capitalize on the new info coming his way. Watch him change up his lane this next lap around. He'll follow in the footsteps of Bacon down into turn number 1 and 2. Not the case, though. Stays down on the inside. Feels like he's got a run at him. He's able to pull alongside. Can't quite pick off the 69 car. Lap traffic lies ahead. Sterling Kling, the number 34 car, out in front of that battle taking place. Axum's picked up the pace and came up off the bottom. He's trying to keep company with a 4-time national champ. Could not figure out how to clear Cody Williams. Tried it the last time through. Charging Charles Davis is right there. He'll slide up across the racetrack for the 69 car, but man, he is running out of time. There's a white flag set to fly. This time coming out of the corner. Now to turn at number 4. One more trip around the half mile for the Macho Man. 4-time national champ has been denied an Oval Nationals victory on the big night down here. Not the case in 2022. As down the back chute he goes. The 26th running, the Anheuser-Busch Budweiser Oval Nationals, presented by Highmark Distributing, happens with a slide job on lap traffic. It's the Macho Man, Brady Bacon, picking up the win.
Put your hands together, the 26th Oval Nationals winner, the Macho Man, Brady Bacon.
There was a time when Justin Grant nearly walked away from the sport. Without a full-time sprint car ride and twin children on the way in 2016, Grant envisioned a life away from the track and leaving his racing dreams in the rearview mirror. That's when advice from his legendary father-in-law Bubby Jones altered his outlook, telling him it would be something he'd soon regret and promptly change the course of his career and livelihood forever. 6 years later, the resilient one became a USAC AMSOIL Sprint Car National Champion for the first time, but he couldn't help but recall the long, arduous journey that took him straight to the mountaintop when he just wanted a chance, any chance, to get behind the wheel and was willing to pitch in any way he could to get noticed and get his shot.
We've just, we spent the last couple of years working really hard at trying to become a championship caliber team, and hiring Paul Bunyan, Dylan Cook was huge in for that, and we didn't have a single DNF all year, which was huge, and just a lot of his hard work, and went to work pretty hard on myself, trying to keep myself mentally sharp and keep my head in the game and in the right spot. Kevin Birchmeyer gives us everything we need to go out and compete every night, and have plenty of fast cars and plenty of spares, and NOS Energy Drink, MPV Express, Top Industries, everybody that contributes to this operation and makes it possible for us to be as prepared and ready to race as we are. I grew up coming to Paris and watching guys race sprint cars, and would go down and scrape mud on Danny Sheridan's car or whoever would let me hang around, and never really thought I'd ever even get to drive one. And then Jeff Walker, I met him and went to work for him, and he taught me a lot, and eventually let me drive a car a few nights and race for a while. And then things got pretty rough, and I was getting pretty broke, and I wasn't making any money, and not having much success there for a while, and about hung it up, and sure glad I didn't. My father-in-law Bubby, he told me that'd be the dumbest thing I ever did, and turns out he was right. He usually was. So it I've had so much help along the way, and I still have so much help. There's so many people that I have that I can lean on, and friends, and just so many people that make this possible. You've got a lot of great people in my corner. All of my car owner, all of my sponsors, they're all some of my best friends. Whether they're on the car and we're working together, or they're just great people. I'm just really surrounded by a lot of really, really good people. My wife Ashley, she makes it possible for me to do this, and always has my back, and always pump me up, and keep me confident. And I just so thankful. I've certainly worked hard to be here, but it's not. It wouldn't have been possible without everybody around me and in my corner, and all the people that support me along the way.